Radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Leno and Jess here from the team. Hello there, podcast listeners. And in this episode, Tom Time returns for the first time in 2022. I must say, Jess, this is one of my favourite games. Tom takes over, and we get to hear some incriminating stuff about Fitzy and Wippa. A bit of a twist today as well.
The best bit is with Tom Time as well. Tom has to narrow it down to 3 things. They do so much stuff across the week. Like, when Tom asks, what have the boys done that's bad? Like, 10 things from each of us.
Yeah.
Also coming up on the show today, we asked a big question. What have you slept through?
Yeah.
There is a great story out of Russia, but it's not as good as some of the calls we got, so stay tuned for that one. And also, I think you'll find that we have a caller today that didn't quite understand what we were doing and pretty much ruined a whole segment.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Tommy said we spoke about this last year. I can't remember. I think this is a great life.
What is it?
So there's a 30-year-old girl. She calls herself Liz Wisdom. Okay?
Liz Wisdom.
30 years of age. Now, she would go and visit her mother and father, Sarah. Now, we call them here in Australia a lifestyle village. Or I thought it was like a...
Retirement village?
Well, is it a retirement village? It would be a retirement village.
They're over 55 villages.
It's
yeah,
not
the
like
communities.
Yeah.
It's not like a centre where you need help to get around, is it?
No, it's not a palliative care facility.
It's not. But you're thinking of like a
Nursing home.
A nursing home. It's not a nursing home. It's a retirement village.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see the ads for them where they go, you've got to be over 55, and there's a grey-haired couple and they're kind of just cruising around. There's tennis courts, there's swimming pools.
You know what it reminds me? Did anyone ever see the movie Cocoon?
Oh, I would have.
Yeah, and they find something in the sea and
That's right.
They become younger and they're all in this retirement village.
Yeah.
And they all start dunking on the basketball courts and
Sure.
tennis, and they start becoming younger again, and that's
Find
what
a
it reminds
cocoon.
me of. I think people go there to find friends, don't they?
Yeah, community living, obviously, for an age.
And like I said, it has tennis courts and a
Yeah.
pool, and they have
Bingo nights.
get-togethers.
Yeah.
Well, this girl, she used to go and visit her parents there and love the place so much. She said, if any of the rentals or the units pop up, I would love to live here. And she's moved in.
You're not allowed to, I thought, unless you're over 55.
She said that in these retirement villages, there's a small percentage of the accommodation there that they do allow, and obviously there's strict rules.
Yep.
She used to go and visit her parents all the time. She said there's strict rules, but they said every now and then they'll just give it to a younger person. If they think that you're fit enough to go in there and
Interesting.
mingle with the others and you're
Yeah.
fine, obviously they don't want a party animal in there. But I'm thinking, if quiet-wise, if you're not a party animal or anything like that and you're young, how good would that be?
I mean, you're signing your life off a little bit early, I would
little
have
bit,
thought.
yeah.
Well, let's go through Liz Wisdom's day.
Hello, and welcome to a day in my life as a 30-year-old living in a 55 and up beach community. This morning, I passed the bridge group playing a nice game on the way to the building library, which is where we exchange puzzles and books. I just finished 2 puzzles, so I'm dropping them off and stopping by to pick out my next one. Then I get a text from my 80-year-old neighbor that she has made a homemade fresh baguette that she would like to share with me.
Yum.
So obviously I get it, and it is delicious. Then I head to the beach where some of my neighbors are chatting about the best reading glasses. I don't have much to contribute there.
Big day.
Then my building is having a building party where everyone has brought different food. There's live music, everyone's socializing. And then I go to dinner with some friends to remind me of my real age.
It's a good day.
The only benefit I could see would be, you're having a baguette with the 80-year-old. You'd be doing a lot of work with the elderly community, maybe getting into the will of many families.
That's not a
so
bad idea.
You know what I mean?
Papa.
Really shaking hands with the right people.
I would've
you're
thought-
sick, are you?
Do you know?
It's a very safe place to live,
me
you would
help.
think. Like, no one's going to roll you on the street, are they?
Totally agree, Sarah. And the other thing as well, networking, which we were talking about on the show yesterday, I find retirees try to help young people.
Of course.
So, these people would have had long lives and
Great
they
stories.
probably did well in business.
They're giving back.
And then they're retiring in this village. Oh, you need a contact for this or you need a contact for that, they'd be looking after Liz
There's
Wisdom.
one near where I live, and they look like apartments, but it's an aged care facility. And I think, because you're right near the water too, beautiful spot, $4,000 a month, but you get all the medical help that you could possibly want on hand. So it's there in the facility. So if I'm there at night on the couch and I go, oh, geez, my shoulder's playing up,
You can go to the physio.
you can just yell at the nurse to come. You need a Band-Aid. She's on everything. Bit of deep heat on the lower back. You've woken up with a stiff neck.
Oh, Phil. Said Nick there.
I reckon lower backs and all.
We could call the nurse for anything.
Jeepers, no,
She's
you
dressed
can't.
as a nurse.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to what if it.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling. Let's talk about this Indonesian student. He had a bit of an idea, and we've seen these before. High impact when you put the video together, but this guy took 1,000 selfies, right? And you know how you then see it as a slideshow and it flicks through, but the selfies, the look on the face is exactly the same, but the background's obviously different.
Mate, yeah, Dino, who works on Nova as well, he did a funny video at the end of last year where he recorded himself. But you know those ones where they take a shot every day and there's a little bit, and their eyebrows go up and your face just ticks a little bit and goes along. He recorded that in 10 seconds.
Right, okay, amazing.
He said he took a photo of his face every day for the year
Big
2021.
commitment,
Funny.
isn't it?
Very funny. I don't know, did he make any money off it?
No.
Because he tried to sell it.
No.
Because this Indonesian student who took 1,000 selfies has just sold it as an NFT for $1 million.
Great effort. I mean,
$1 million.
all of to go to the effort of taking a photo every day for 5 years.
Oh, you would for $1 million though.
Well, but see, this is the thing. I don't think this kid knew that there was going to be a payoff like this.
He had no idea.
What with the NFTs? I don't quite understand. So what someone bought his video.
They've bought that footage. They own the rights to that digital art.
But see,
And so he says, "Okay, great. You buy it. You give me $1 million.
Yep.
What's that person going to do with it?"
So he can now. It's such a complicated topic because people are talking about NFTs and your wallet that you will have as will be the likely replacement of your Instagram page. So if I can see what's in your wallet, let's say you've got a MetaMask wallet, which is often what you use to trade these things, says, then that'll be your personal profile, what's in your MetaMask wallet. So they're non-fungible, which basically means one of in a kind.
well, now there was a great argument that was happening on Twitter recently. Is it J.R. Tolkien who wrote Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings, yep.
Someone put up a photo. It was his birthday. Like, he's dead now, but it was his birthday. And they put up this photo of J.R. Tolkien because I don't think there's many photos of him.
Yep.
And they put it up and said, "Happy birthday, and I love your books." And someone got in contact with them and said, "We own that image.
Yep.
You're not allowed to put it up." And then it went crazy where people were just screen grabbing that shot and going, "Well, I'll put it up."
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can't control that, but it's more the ownership of.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were to buy the Mona Lisa, right, for instance, that's one thing for you to have that. That doesn't stop 100 people having it as a poster on the wall.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sure.
So
Okay.
that's what it's like.
Well, but see, people are getting stitched up at the moment because the movie June, which is just out on cinemas, someone got sucked in and thought they bought the digital copy of June for like $4 million for crypto.
To own it.
Yeah, and they thought, now we own it. And then the movie company came in and went, "No, you don't. And you think you're going to get it for $4 million?
Unbelievable.
You know how much it costs to make this movie?
Ripped off. But they're
Wow.
talking about also says people are buying a lot of land online in the metaverse, right? So that'll be like a second life where people live. Right, so if
can't
you
live.
own,
I find
you
it
live
so overwhelming.
So you can live
Yeah.
in this other world, which is the metaverse. And let's say you have land and you wanted to set up a museum or a showroom in the metaverse on your land in your profile. You can store your artwork there. So you could have
Is this Sims? Are we
It
playing?
feels like it, doesn't
Mate,
it? So
it's
do you
exactly
come and
what you're talking about. It's the evolution of that. But I might meet you in the metaverse, Sarah.
But I'm still here, yes?
Yeah, you're still here. You're
I
not
haven't
going
gone
anywhere, but
anywhere.
you're sitting there with VR goggles on.
But why can't I put a poster up of the Mona Lisa in my metaverse museum?
You can, but I'll know that it's not real because this is on the blockchain, which tracks exactly where it is, ownership, and all those details.
How do you know so much? This is
I find
weird.
it fascinating.
Yeah.
So this guy put it on OpenSea where you trade NFTs for $3. That's all he thought it was worth.
Yeah.
And now he's got $1 million. I got given my first NFT for Christmas from a friend of all of ours, which is Carly. She found an NFT, a digital picture of a fat whale that likes eating ice cream.
Oh, awesome. So you own it.
And did she say an NFT for the guy with NFO?
No,
Oh,
no,
sorry,
no,
that would've
that's
been my
not
card.
what she was saying, says. She
Yeah.
just thought the fat seal eating ice cream was very much... All right, mate,
Here,
this is
wait
not
up.
a load on.
I've got one as well.
What have you got?
Scotty Marsh, the artist,
That's
sent me
right.
one, a bin chicken.
Have you got it?
Tommy, I'm trying to find it. Receive here. I'm on this website now.
Oh, you're
but
on
I don't-
that's
I
your
don't-
MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, but where do I find it?
It should be in
Wallet.
there. You can keep it in your wallet.
What, so you own that, Fitz?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
you own
it.
a bin chook
I own a
NFT.
bin
I mean, he can't find it, but he owns it. He has no idea where it is or how to use his
say it's
phone.
lost.
Right, receive,
chair.
send, swap. Oh, NFTs.
God.
There
You got
it is.
Have you got the bin chook?
There it is. Tommy.
Give us a look.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a good-looking bin chook.
It's got a bum bag on.
Yep.
What has it got in it? It's got a packet of durries in its mouth and it's kicking a footy with a pair of Crocs on.
Very you. Very, very you. Mate, put it back on OpenSea. Could be $1 million in it. You never, ever know.
Test, test, test.
And now it's time for Tom.
The overweight looking Russell Brand producer.
Time. Tom time. Like that? Yes, thank you, Tom. And welcome, Fitzy, Wippa, Sarah, Matt DeGroot, a 2022 Tom Time return.
Can I make a suggestion though? If we bring Tom Time back for 2022, we change the intro because...
Yes.
I mean, the overweight Russell Brand looking producer, you haven't looked like that for years and years.
Still do like that, though. I mean, if you saw Tom when he was very overweight, dressed in white, waiting for Katy Perry to arrive, where we were going to run through her wedding to Russell Brand, and then she said, I don't want to do this, and Tom was left waiting at the altar.
Yeah,
It was a
beautiful.
great moment in time.
White suit from Ferrari for more hire.
Maybe
But
a Jeffrey Rush looking producer, or do you want to go down a different angle, something different?
I don't know.
Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
Jeffrey
No,
Eggleston.
you don't.
Edelstein.
All the big Jeffs. But let's say good morning. Oh, look who it is. It's Debbie in Dundas.
Oh, Debbie.
Oh, good start, Deb. Real good start.
Debbie does Dundas.
You need to get that.
I've heard that before with
Well, no, you won't.
Call
it
on
first
you,
time.
Deb.
Thanks,
You
Deb.
need to get the third one correct, Deb, to get the double chin gin, and also you're already in the running for Nova's Cash Car and Star. Good luck, Deb.
Everyone, question number one, everyone knows how hard the rat tests are to find across Sydney. And Andy from our engineering department, he's been, searching for them day and night,
Randy Andy.
all over Sydney. Not Randy Andy. But was it Fitzy or Wippa who asked Andy to give him some sneaky rapid tests for his family and friends on the side and to not tell anyone about it? Fitzy or Wippa, who would do that?
I reckon for sure Wippa.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, yeah,
it was.
Debbie.
Whip, confess.
I mean, there's a little bit of rat in all of us, isn't there, Deb? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Debbie's a rat.
everyone's stealing it from their place of employment, aren't they? I mean,
Well, we haven't got them.
oh, haven't you, Deb? You haven't? Have you got any at home at all?
Yeah, I've got some at home.
Oh, good
Yeah,
work.
look after yourself, Deb. Here we go.
We had a huge ideas meeting the other day, and went on for a long time. And the idea was to, flesh out the best ideas of 2022. But was it Fitzy or Wippa whose first question or agenda item in the meeting was what's happening with my holidays in April? Who would be driving that agenda, Fitzy or Wippa?
Debbie likes that one.
Definitely fit.
Yeah, it was.
That and the coffee machine? They were your two biggest concerns. Where's the coffee gone?
Holidays in April, and there's no coffee machine outside the studios.
Fix it. Bye.
Sort yourself out.
Question number 3. So from now on in 2022, question number 3 is going to be an audio question from one of the other members of the Fitzy and Wippa team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
So now, what a twist. Today's audio question is from our New Zealand producer Lou.
Oh, Lou.
Lou, take it away with your question, please.
Kia ora, no mai, haere mai. That is hello and welcome in Maori. I'm producer Lou from New Zealand. Who was I trying to tell a very important story to in the kitchen? And he rudely interrupts me and goes back, scratch, down, lower, nails. What a weirdo.
Yeah, so who was demanding that in the kitchen, Fitzy or Wippa?
Chances are Wippa.
Yeah, well done!
Debbie, I'm a bit like a bear, and I spend most of my time standing at the door in the office, just rubbing myself against the door jamb. Just scratching my back.
BJ does this
hairy
constant.
back syndrome.
Yeah, she needs her back scratched all the time as well.
It's a great feeling.
I don't have that. You know how we've spoken about on this show quite a few times as well, is that, when you get a lot older and you're in a relationship, people who get divorced, and we've always said, why wouldn't you just keep going? Like, do you really need to get divorced?
You're like
at such a
65, 70.
You know what?
Oh, we've decided to go our own way.
Just push through.
You've either wasted a hell of a lot of time, or you're making the wrong decision at that time of your life.
I would love to hear, are your parents in a relationship where you think they just don't love each other anymore? And they're just going about life and just pushing through? Because there's a viral clip overnight, and a guy at home, he was watching his mum and dad on the couch, and he was with them, and he said, I'm just going to get my camera out and ask mum and dad where they first met each other and how much they mean to each other. And he was really, really shocked by their response.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose Dad?
She walks away.
Hey, Dad. Why'd you choose Mom?
I didn't choose that. I was down on my luck.
Oh, jeez.
She was the worst thing that I ever
Okay,
experienced.
that's enough.
But I couldn't really.
That's enough. That's enough.
He's not kidding either, is he?
He's not kidding.
That tone.
I was down on my luck, and she was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And Mum walked out. What does Dad mean to you? And I looked at it and I just went, oh my gosh, I wonder if there's quite a few of these relationships going around later in life.
There was a taxi driver I had a while ago, and he said something like, his guy he knew stole his wife.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you must hate him. And he goes, no, can't thank him enough now.
Lovely.
He was just glad that someone took her off his hands. I thought, well, I'd like to thank him 100 times. He's my best mate now. I look forward to it in that it's a different kind of love.
Yes.
And I always think about, I have friends that don't want to have kids, and that's another topic altogether. Yeah. But I think about my mum and dad, and I think, what would their life be if they didn't have the 3 kids? Because that's all their life is.
Or what would their life be if they didn't have each other?
Yeah.
Because that's what I scare. I reckon my old man would struggle massively if Mum passed away or Mum left him and went for a 30-year-old bloke, with blonde hair and good abs.
Could do. Who would get his Bacardi for him in the massage chair?
But see, this is the thing. When you get to that age, do you go, you know what? We're probably not as close as we used to be, but could you honestly be stuffed to go out on your own?
Yes. At 60, you might have 30 years left.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So or even if you were 70 and you have 10 years, like it's 10 years, it's not a day.
Yeah. Like one of Mum and Dad's friends, we saw him the other day, he's an older bloke, so he's in his 70s. And he said, I just want someone to hang out with. Yeah. And he was saying to Mum and Dad, he was open and honest about it. He said, I don't care. I'll say it up front. It doesn't even work anymore. So I'm not looking for that. I don't want that. I just want someone to go to the movies with.
Someone who's nice to you.
I want someone to sit across the table from and talk about what we saw that day. Just the basics. That's all they're looking for.
Actually, do you know what? Julia Stone, the artist, has written a song recently called 60 Summers, and she's looking at her life. Her and her friends sat down and they had a few drinks one night, and they love summer so much, they basically said to each other, they're in their 30s or whatever age they are now, if we get to 90 or if we get to 100, we've only got 60 summers left
My mum
with each
said
other.
that to me last year. I've got about 15 summers left.
Isn't that amazing how you look at that?
Because I don't want.
It makes you really sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to stay positive and I'm excited about the future. But yesterday, I said to Sarah, you know what concerns me, Says? In the next 15 to 20 years, my mum and dad will be dead and my kids will have left home.
But that's where stop ignoring Lisa and put some investment in that relationship.
It isn't fair.
Don't look at it like that. Well,
and then I thought the other day, I'm 42 now. When is midlife?
You've passed it. With your general fitness.
If we actually went with midlife.
Yeah.
I think midlife would be when your kids move out of home, wouldn't it?
Is that when you buy the sports
No, that's
car?
not
You have
midlife.
kids so late these days.
And here's another thing. All this represents is don't waste time. Do it now. Do it today. Go to Vegas. What about me?
To see Adele live, is that what you're thinking?
Get the cash, get the car.
As
see
he's
Adele.
been telling us about Ethereum in the break as well.
Move with the times, mate. You've got to stay interested.
Sell your crypto and go to Vegas.
Love to know what you've slept through. There was a bloke lying downstairs this morning when we pulled up, wasn't he? Just on the street having a bit of a kip.
Yeah, he'd had
Might have had a bit of a big night. We called the police just to let them know that he was there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he
Why?
might have
Leave
needed
him
a hand.
alone.
Well, I got out of the car, sir, because I thought he was dead.
And also there's a childcare centre there.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
not a great look.
But he was having a kip out the front.
And I
How
went,
about
mate.
I missed him?
You didn't even see him.
No.
And I went, mate, hey, are you all right? I was just looking at him because I could see his chest moving. And I went, all right.
He had a big night at the fish markets, I think.
Yeah, mate, no better night had out at the fish markets. This guy has slept through, and this is a great video. I don't know how he's done it. He's had a big night too, this bloke. He slept on the train tracks. When I say that, I mean between the train tracks. He's fallen asleep. The train has come along, slammed on its brakes, but it was too late. The train has gone over the top of him. Everybody's gone, oh my God, dead man on the track. Went over to him. Hey, mate. Yeah, what? What's going on? What's going on? Not an issue. What are you waking me up for? Hey, what's going on?
Is there a gap in the train that if you were right in the middle of the tracks?
I think there is.
I'm not going to have a crack at it.
Don't test it.
No.
We'll get Tom to do that.
No, I don't.
But I think there's an area where...
Yeah, because the wheels are on the track and then it dips down. If you've ever walked across a train track, it dips
it does
down.
dip
So,
down,
but
doesn't
he
it?
would have had to have been lying. Like you couldn't be on your side. I wouldn't have thought.
I mean, that's a big night out. But to think that you would sleep through a roaring train going over your head, literally like 2 centimetres over your head, and wake up and not know what's happened.
When you have kids, this is what freaks me out because you're always, when you're sleeping, you don't want to be a heavy sleeper just in case the kids need you or anything like
That's
that.
me.
So you're always, if you hear any noise in the house...
You're always on edge.
But there are some very deep sleepers out there. I mean, after a few drinks as well. I used to tell you at Mitsubishi, we used to go straight to the Victoria Hotel. And when we finished, I was like, well, God, I've got to start work in 3 or 4 hours' time. It's no use going home.
No.
I'll just wear my great, Cooter Lines jumper that I've got that I've worn out that night. I'll go straight and sleep in the pillows of the seat section. And my alarm was, Sarah, was the knock-on bell. It was the bell to start work.
Here we go, guys.
Straight up. Straight in there, and I'm just stapling seats.
But you hear stories about people where their house will be robbed and a window will have been smashed. They've come in the back door, they've raided the whole place, and they wake up in the morning and go, oh, didn't hear that. What do you mean? Someone's broken into your house. Nick in Marrickville, hello.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Pretty good, buddy. What'd you sleep through?
Mate, I've got a couple of stories, actually. One, you're talking about the trains. Okay, I used to work as a chef, right? Fall asleep on the train on the way home, wake up doing the loop at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm the only one with 3 seats in the whole carriage. Everyone's standing up around me, stinking of seafood from the night before.
Yeah. And you had no idea.
Nah, no idea. Done the loop a few times.
Oh,
but the best one, I actually slept through the birth of my child.
Oh, no, Nick. What happened?
Yeah. Mate, it was a long labour. It was like she was in labour for 2 days, and she made me sit up and write down the times in between every contraction.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I did exactly the same. Holding BJ's hands.
Yep.
I was holding her hands as she was in the bath, Sarah, and I fell asleep between each contraction.
Gone.
I fell asleep, and then she would wake up. Oh, there's my alarm clock. And then I might have another little kick. Oh, there it goes again. We're looking for heavy sleepers this morning. What did you sleep through? Narelle in Wollongong, what did your daughter sleep through?
Her and a partner were in Thailand at a very flush hotel. They'd gone out for the night, came back and retired for the night. Then my daughter is a sleepwalker.
Yeah.
So she went sleepwalking, but outside of the room, naked. Her partner is inside the room. She'd woken up then once she'd sort of gone down the hallway a bit and realised where she was, what she was doing, and wearing nothing.
Yeah.
So she went banging on the door. Her partner, who is deaf in one ear, was laying down on his good ear, so his deaf ear was up
couldn't
on
hear
the
her.
side.
And she's naked, Narelle.
She's naked.
Oh,
so then there was a few people from a few units next door who came out and rescued her with robes and towels. Then they had to call the reception to come up and open the door for her.
Oh,
But
no.
he woke up and went, what's going on? What happened? Like, he had no idea.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, no.
She's still out there in the nude.
She made a bit of money that night as well, though. I suppose just walking around in Thailand.
He was so embarrassed.
Oh, man. Sienna in Cronulla, what did you sleep through, Sienna?
I slept through an earthquake.
Wow. Where and how?
I was on a school trip. We did a trip to Japan, and it was our first night arriving. And we were in the hotel, and an earthquake happened. I was dead asleep. My teacher had to carry me down on his shoulder. We had to evacuate
My
the
God.
building.
My God.
So did everyone have to evacuate, Sienna, and you just wouldn't get up?
I didn't know what was I didn't hear it. I didn't know anything. So my teacher and my friend had to push me up and put me over his shoulder, and I was downstairs on the grass asleep while everyone was evacuating.
Amazing.
Alarms are ringing, people are screaming.
Ashley in Mount Annan, what did you sleep through?
Yeah, so the SWAT team actually showed up at the house across the road from mine in the middle of the night.
Great.
And the teenage son ended up shooting at his dad.
Oh, my God.
It missed, thankfully, but my family and I slept through the whole thing. And then the next day when the dad came across to apologise for the noise and everything that happened, we had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, sorry about my son trying to kill me last night, if that woke you up at all. Remember the story when we had Campbell Brown on the show and his father-in-law, who's got diabetes, hasn't got any feeling in his feet?
No feeling in his foot
And he
at
woke
all.
up in the morning.
He cut his big toe.
Yeah.
So there was a little gash
Little
on
gash
his
in
big
his-
toe, and he didn't feel it.
No, woke up in the morning, his toe was missing. The dog had chewed his toe off in the night.
The dog had eaten his big
Dog is
toe.
eating toes.
It was a chihuahua.
Yeah, gnawing like...
Because it was flesh, the dog just started chewing on it.
But hold on, Fitz, if you had a cut, Beastie's not coming to eat your arm.
No, like meat on a bone.
Yeah, it
No.
was.
But the butcher had just left out and he woke up and his big toe was missing and the dog didn't need brekkie.
Wow. That's disgusting.
Now that's a heavy sleeper. I don't know where my toe's gone. I had a good kick though.
We've got to get my wording right here this morning because I want to talk about a situation at home. Jack has lost a tooth, guys, which is so exciting. But, of course, the tooth fairy has to come. And I don't know what you guys did when you were younger, but we would put the tooth in a glass of water by the bed, and then you'd wake up and, if the tooth fairy had been, there was money in the water sitting in the glass.
Yes.
Lisa, when she was younger, would put the tooth in an envelope and put it under her pillow.
Yep.
And then the money would be in the envelope. And that's what we do at our house. And then the tooth fairy visits. But did you know, and you've got to think about this, and for the parents listening right now, they will also know that you have to thank the tooth fairy. So if you don't thank the tooth fairy, then the tooth fairy doesn't come always on time. So if you don't thank Santa Claus may have forgotten to come.
When do you thank them?
You thank them once you've actually received the money.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. So you wake up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, I got $2.
Thank you, Tooth Fairy.
so much,
Yep.
Tooth Fairy. You are the best.
On Christmas morning, you say thank you, Santa, because if you don't, you might Santa might forget to come and...
Yeah, but you've already
visit
opened
you.
your present.
Yeah, so you're saying thank you. That's right. So thank you, Easter Bunny, is crucial as well, because sometimes...
I've never heard Santa coming back and taking presents back.
No, he doesn't take them back. But, if you don't say thank you, then maybe one night Santa doesn't bring the presents on time or something, or forgets the presents.
I can't remember growing up.
It's really crucial
It's
to
all
say
about
thank you.
manners and etiquette with Santa.
It is.
Yeah.
It is with the Easter Bunny, it is with Santa, and definitely the Tooth Fairy, because I don't think Jack said thank you when he lost his first tooth, because the Tooth Fairy didn't turn up. Did not turn up. And
that
I was
happens.
Yeah, it does happen. And I think it's because he didn't say thank you.
Also because there's not a lot of love in the house.
No, that's right. Well, the weird thing was, I was sitting up that night having a couple of whiskies on the couch. And I said,
waiting for the Tooth Fairy.
Yes, I said to Jack, I'll wait for the Tooth Fairy so I can let him in, or however the Tooth Fairy comes, floating through the back door, or if she's coming up through the air vents. I don't know how the Tooth Fairy comes in. But I sat up drinking and then woke up in the morning, and when the Tooth Fairy hadn't visited, one, I was angry I'd stayed up, but secondly, I said to Jack, it's probably because you didn't thank the Tooth Fairy last time. 13 24 10, if your kids haven't thanked the Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny or Santa, I'd love to know if that was the case. I mean, I know Santa nearly didn't visit us one year because Mum and Dad were across it too, because they'd had dinner with some friends beforehand. And then the next morning, we found presents, like not under the tree, but around the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unwrapped?
And that's because we didn't say thank you enough. Some of them were wraps there, some of them were partial.
Sure.
We found sticky tape and wrapping paper as well, almost like Santa hadn't got round to it. So
It's to teach you to do it
we
yourself.
hadn't said thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Because Santa...
Well, apparently that year as well, Santa left a present with a few carrots in it in the corner of the...
gross.
See, we thought that was the dog.
What kind of present is that?
Oh, my God.
Is that...
It's really weird.
Gather
And
around.
I was
it's
angry.
fake vomit.
I was angry because Mum and Dad slept in that morning and obviously missed Santa. So, we woke up and it was a really weird Christmas.
Well, obviously,
and
John got his presents that night.
It's not funny,
He
Sarah.
was thanking someone else
Sarah, it's not funny.
in the moment.
Don't suggest that.
Your dad's a howler. Yeah.
I'm-
What?
All I'm saying is 13 24 10. If your kids forgot to thank Santa or the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy, like I said to Jack, well, if you say thank you now, there's a good chance tomorrow morning the Tooth Fairy will come. And fingers crossed, we don't know.
Yeah, Jay in Canada Bay, what did you do after your kid forgot to say thank you to the Tooth Fairy?
Well, it wasn't so much as the kid forgot to say thank you, but the parents forgot to leave the money out. So what we decided to do was leave a letter from the Tooth Fairy apologising and saying she was just very busy helping the children in Africa at the time.
Jay, you're hopeless on many levels here. You're the greatest disappointment of this segment so far, Jay. Because we're obviously thanking the Tooth Fairy, we're thanking Santa, we're all saying thank you.
Well, then she wrote a big letter saying thank you, but then we started, it was a rod for our own back, because then we had to leave a letter every year from the Tooth Fairy, and then it was a correspondence. So every year she left the tooth out with a letter saying, "Hello, Sparkleberry."
Right. And then the Tooth Fairy had to write back.
Yes.
So that's what you're complaining about. You're complaining about the friendship that the Tooth Fairy's got with your daughter that you wanted to have.
The Tooth Fairy was a pen pal. We were helping out kids in Africa.
And the Tooth Fairy's so busy, the Tooth Fairy couldn't keep up. Is that what you're saying, Joe?
Hey, just on COVID as well, there's a few questions going around at the moment, and we know that someone's just stolen 45,000 rat tests from a warehouse. Those three blokes have been busted. This is a big question that everyone's asking about at the moment, and I don't know, have dogs been getting COVID-19?
There was a story a while ago. I think when it first kicked off, there was a dog in Geelong even, Tommy.
Yeah, it was two greyhounds in Geelong got COVID.
Seriously? Because this woman on the news the other night was really concerned about it.
Yeah, Leno, that's when you play the
grab.
grab.
Yeah.
The possibility of Samantha Shapiro's rescue dog getting severely sick from COVID is her worst nightmare. To ease the fear, she wants her staffy vaccinated.
I would feel like so helpless and so defenceless knowing that possibly there was something that possibly could have saved her.
That's the big question. Can we vaccinate our dogs once we've got all our boosters?
But we don't give them flu shots.
I'm just taking Lassie for a booster.
That's a fair call.
Dr. Chris Brown, if you're listening, and I know you are, or if you're probably waking up with a girl this morning.
Do we vaccinate?
He's got a new dog. Maybe
He did get a new dog.
Yeah, I wonder if he got it vaccinated.
There are a few people out there that are just. This is the thing. I mean, if it's your decision. If you don't want to get vaccinated, your decision. You're dicing with death. That's fine. But you know what? When you do get crook, there's a lot of people that are abusing the hospital system. Have a listen to this story.
They called 000, called an ambulance under the guise of having chest pain. They presented to the emergency department and were fast-tracked down to a resuscitation room, at which point they declared that they didn't have chest pain and they really wanted a PCR and wanted it quickly.
You're kidding me.
That's naughty.
That's disgraceful.
Called an ambulance, said they had chest pain, got to the hospital, and then just went on it. I just want a quick PCR test.
Oh, that's rubbish.
The fact
Do you
that
know
they
what
called
that
the
is?
ambulance.
That's like ringing your telco company.
Yeah.
And just to get through to someone, just knowing that that's not the area you need to talk to someone, and then them going, okay, I'll direct you through to the right area.
We all do that, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just want to talk to someone. I don't care. I can't remember what the menu was.
Do you know what? The other one, it's affecting the politicians as well. Our health minister, Brad Hazzard, as well. He's been caught up in this.
I received notification yesterday and again today from Service New South Wales and from Health that apparently somebody has put my name in there as being a positive rapid antigen test.
Brad. Well, Brad, that's not in the spirit of things, kids. It's a bit funny. It's a little bit funny. But
see, if
come
people-
on, guys.
Have they
Stay
sorted that
focused.
out? Because if people can just ring up and do fake names and try to get that, there would be people out there that would be trying to get up as many cases as we can.
Don't say it too loudly. He's listening. We've still got him at home right now.
Oh, yeah. Did you...
It was a fake test, mate. Got him a beauty. How are you, mate?
Oh, classic.
Yeah, yours was PCR, wasn't it, MDG? So did you...
Yeah,
you
it
didn't have
was.
to declare.
Although I had a call yesterday from New South Wales Health just to check in, and I guess they do some random contact tracing just to see how it's all going. And they said, will you be requiring a negative test to go back into work? And I said, yes, they will need that. And they said, well, the problem is once you get COVID, it stays in your system for weeks whilst it clears itself out. And so you'll continue to test positive or potentially continue to test positive on PCR and RAT tests for weeks, even though you're negative. And
bugger.
so for those who have COVID and have cleared but still need negative results, we're now just stuck for weeks. Just
See you
sitting
in
here going,
March, mate.
I'm negative, but it says positive.
So you're pretty keen at staying at home for a while, I suppose, aren't you?
4 more weeks, guys.
Australian Open, I just love it. We really get stuck into it. You know, Novak Djokovic is gone. We focus on the Aussies now. Ash Barty is dominating. Millman lost last night. We had another Aussie who got kicked out last night. Nick Kyrgios, big one tonight, up against Medvedev, who is second seed in the world. Well, now he's number one now because Djokovic isn't here. So that's going to be a huge game. Andy Murray, I've got to talk about him because, I mean, he's in his 30s. He's had his hip replaced. He's got a brand new hip, and he's back.
Is that cheating?
He won his first match in 5 sets. That can't be good for your new hip.
No.
5 sets does not go with a new hip very well. A lot of people call Andy Murray boring, and I don't know why.
Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Boring, unfunny, and miserable.
Oh, he's taking the James Blunt approach,
he has
isn't
to
he?
now, but the funny thing is James Blunt can be funny when he wants to be funny.
True.
Andy Murray can't be funny at
No,
all.
do you know what? There is a side of Andy Murray that is very funny.
It needs to be because the girlfriends he's had over the year, or is that his wife, the stunning one?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful
You want
wife.
to talk about punching?
Yep.
Andy Murray's face is in the dictionary when you look that up.
Yeah, he was with Mandy
Andy
Moore
Murray.
for a long time.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
If you didn't have the money and the racket in your hand, whew, be a lonely boy, I would have thought.
Now, there's something weird going on when Andy Murray's playing in Australia, and no one knows what it is. But this is Andy Murray's match, and have a listen to the crowd. Sounds like people are booing.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen
Booing
at
is-
Wimbledon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the
so
lowest.
there's been an explanation for it, and even he doesn't understand. But have a listen to this.
There were some people booing during my practice yesterday. I have no idea what for. So originally that's what I thought it was, but then after a few times I was like, no, they're doing that. I think it's like Sue or something, what Ronaldo does when he scores. And it was incredibly irritating.
What is it? So when Ronaldo scores?
So when Ronaldo scores,
Yeah.
he does his big celebration, and people must yell out, Sue! Sue! I don't know why. If I can get an explanation from someone, 13, 24, 10...
No, Nick Kyrgios was saying the same thing the night before when they were asking Nick, why is everyone booing? He was saying the same thing. It's
They're
a
suing.
Ronaldo.
So they're
They're
saying
not booing,
Sue,
they're suing.
but it sounds like boo.
Boo.
Yeah.
It was like when Paul Roos played for the Sydney Swans, and he was a defender. Every time he'd kick out, people would go, Roos!
Yeah.
Roos! And it would sound like boo.
I would hate Andy Murray to get upset about it. So, Andy, sorry for the booing.
You don't need that in
Hey,
your
Andy,
background.
wake up!
Pick a word that doesn't rhyme with boo.
We can't just change it. Like, Roo, you can't change.
What's Andy Murray got to do with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Nothing. Sport. Can anyone explain this? Please, immediately.
13, 24, 10.
You got, Tommy?
Yeah, we've got a full board of calls. So just
Tommy, can you tell me one thing?
But I can tell you what it is.
You've been reading Andre Agassi's book.
Oh yeah, that's really open. It's
Yeah.
called.
What were you talking about with Brooke Shields?
Oh yeah, he talks about when he and Brooke Shields started dating, and he loved Brooke Shields, and I think he might have had posters of her on his wall and stuff.
hot, yeah.
But he said the weird thing was they'd always be going out on dates, and Michael Jackson would keep calling throughout every single date.
Weird. That was the ringtone. And when Michael Jackson called.
Imagine Michael Jackson playing tennis. Instead of a grunt, it'd be a...
Anyway,
Tommy, what-
Brooke thinks so. Andre thought it was weird, and Brooke said, "No, Andre, MJ's not weird. He's just like us. He's just misunderstood." So
Yeah, so.
You reckon?
I don't think. Oh, we've got it.
How gutted would she be that he's put that in a book? You'd be like, thanks a bunch.
Yeah, thanks.
Given what we know.
We're just like him.
Yeah,
Okay, we need an explanation on Cristiano Ronaldo and why they say Sue. Christian from Bonnyrigg. Do they say Sue or what do they say?
Yeah, so like in Portuguese, it's like yes. So
Yes.
as he does his celebration, he does like a big jump and he lands on both of his feet.
Yeah.
And he like spreads his arm across it and goes, Sue.
Sue. Now, why? Do you know at all why they would be doing it for Andy Murray?
No, I think it's just a big thing that's going around at the moment. It's all on like TikTok.
There's a lot of
Instagram.
there must be a lot of Portuguese fans
Yeah.
at the tennis, and everyone's just yelling out Sue.
I mean, is anybody listening to the show right now yelling out Sue because they're so excited at what we're talking about? Sue.
No.
Sue. I mean, Pandemic Pete's in the studio. Are we getting a Sue for this? No. Got an interesting one, guys. There's so many people out there doing different things, especially after Corona and what it's done to the world. Different ways of making money. Different ways of making money. People go to extremes to do ridiculous things.
It's not that funny, to be honest.
Well,
It must be, though. This is the thing. You've set it up
there's a
with such
girl
giggle.
on TikTok, and you can pay her $10, and she can personalise the experience of passing wind.
You love this girl. Like, I
don't love this girl.
You
I'm in
do.
shock.
You watch it all
We
the time.
all have those people that we
see-
follow because we can't believe what we're seeing.
You got her to send a message to Tom.
Yeah, now that was
hang
really
on.
graphic. I don't know. Did we play that last year?
Yes, we did.
Now, I'll
On
remove
air?
myself
Yes.
from that. That was not my idea.
That was filth.
And I did not send $10 to that girl to say, hey, Tom, you've been shook.
I was offended by
I know,
that because she didn't even get it right. She said I was a bin cook. Because she didn't.
That's right.
They don't know about bin chooks in the States.
Lucky she said cook.
She said, Tom,
Tom, you bin chook.
You bin cook, you stink. And then did a windy. Well, that was unhelpful.
She spends her day passing wind and making money.
Don't judge her. You spend your day paying her to pass wind.
Yeah, that's
Leno,
right.
Leno paid her. We had
that was a
actually
technicality.
the work that had to go through that because we needed somebody in the States to transfer the money.
Oh,
But it was a really busy day. But we got the job done, and thank you very much for passing wind and dedicating it to the bin cook. Similar to that is Stephanie, who...
Oh, God.
Stephanie passes wind into a jar.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I like
This is childish. I
Oh,
don't
this
approve of this. It's not funny.
Did the BFG do that? Or was that as your dream?
Yeah, BFG did stink a lot, yeah.
No, it was the stuff that the BFG drank.
No, but
that gave him wind.
No, did he have dreams in bottles?
Yeah, I
Or
remember
you
where you're going
fart in
all
a bottle?
burps
No, it
or
wasn't a
something.
fart in a bottle.
No, wasn't it?
No, remember the scene with the Queen at Buckingham Palace and the BFG? She sips the BFG's drink, then the corgis drink it out of a bowl as well. And the next thing you know, the Queen's passing wind and the corgis are blowing themselves out of the room.
That's right.
Very funny scene in the BFG. Great movie.
Have you reread Roald Dahl's stuff? There's some loose language in there.
Is there?
He uses some words that would not fly in 2022.
Yeah, I bet. Times have changed, man. People are fighting in jars and making money.
Didn't you get called the BFG at school?
No, that was the tweets.
No, it was. I got called the BFG, the Big Friendly Greek.
Oh.
Just because I was hairy.
Was it
I was
friendly?
the sea gorilla
Was that
or
the F?
the big effing Greek.
That is.
Anyway, Stephanie is passing wind into a jar, right? Well, there's a bit of skill in that, says.
No, there isn't.
There is a bit of skill.
No, there's not.
People are paying $1,000 to receive a jar of Stephanie's gas.
This just sums up the conversation we had off air an hour ago about people seem to have too much money to waste at the moment.
Okay, what about this one?
And the other thing as well, I know what's happening here because you wasted our money on your Hot Wheels attempt last year and you want to spend $1,000 on the budget to get one of these bottles. I know you
I don't want Stephanie's wind. I'm better than
Well,
that.
we're not giving away Fitzy and Wippa's farts, so stop
Could
it.
we brand
Sarah,
that?
would you put
No.
your hand up? New merch, Sarah in a jar.
I smell lovely, thank
I don't care about the jar. The video of the process leading up to it is what a lot of people would want to see.
Sarah's busy at work again. Eat more cabbage.
Oh, stop, gross.
Says we're low on stock. Do something about it. This person is paying and receiving up to $500 for a snuggle. Doesn't go any further than that.
I'd do
Professional
that.
snuggler.
Hey, the other one as well. There's a guy that gets $320 a day for lining up for rich people.
Yeah, that's handy, that
There's
one.
a lot, you know, with tests now, with rats, with
Yep.
all that kind of stuff.
Stand-in man.
When shoes are released and all this
Yep.
kind of stuff, this guy, he loves waiting in lines.
People use it also, like when the new iPhone's coming out and the lineup is massive. And you can get them on Airtasker as well. You just find somebody who's prepared to stand in a queue for $7.50 an hour.
It's not bad.
You can get up to $1,000 donating fecal matter. Interesting. To be used in transplants. So you can realign your bowel and stomach microbiome.
Do they only pay you if you're good, though?
Well, that's the thing. I don't want
your
yours.
stuff. Yeah.
I want, like... I was talking about this with Lisa the other night.
So
She
you're
said, I
donate-
would want Rachel Finch's.
Totally. Or like Gigi Hadid's or someone.
It's good to see you're donating a bit out of your mouth at the moment there, Whip.
Selling you used underwear. Another $1,000. Man. I didn't realise my lower region could be making so much money.
I think they want women's, not men's.
Oh.
It's really different.
Because you could do, I mean, if you can separate your wind from your solid, you're serving two different businesses there.
You've gone too far.
Yeah,
And then my undies.
You know what? The show's been going so well.
We were having fun. It's good, clean
There are
fun.
people
You're a
that
parent.
get paid to remove head lice. They'll sit there like a gorilla behind their young,
doctors?
behind
Or
their young,
hairdressers?
and they will. What do they call it? Grooming.
Doctor.
When the ape is going through the back of the head,
Yeah, grooming.
picking little bits.
Or preening.
What about this?
No.
NASA. NASA is paying people
To
to
go up into
donate
space?
themselves to watch them sleep.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
That's a sleep,
Yeah, sleep study.
survey. Yeah,
People
of
are getting
course.
paid to eat dog food.
Well, you still shouldn't, Whips.
People are getting
Here we
paid,
go.
Sarah,
Don't point at me.
to be a matchmaker.
I'll give you $100 to shut up.
Now you didn't.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.